Hey, what's up you guys? It's Naseem here. Now today I will be giving you guys a special comparison between the Beats Studio Buds and the Apple Airpods Pro. Now as you guys know, back in 2014, Apple decided to pull a massive stunt and buy Beats by Dre, which at the time was one of, if not the most popular brands in the audio department, which makes a lot of sense because Apple was dominating in every department but audio when it came to the world of technology. So it makes perfect sense for them to buy a company that basically strengthens their weakness, creating a win-win situation for everyone involved. And not only did it create a winning scenario for Apple as a company, but it was also a huge win for Dr. Dre, who became one of the first billionaires in hip-hop. So once the deal was struck, everyone was winning. Apple acquired an amazingly popular company. Dr. Dre struck gold with a huge payout. And while there was a bunch of winners in the deal, there was also one major loser. And that's the Beats headphones lineup. See, the only thing that Apple took advantage of when they bought Beats was their streaming service, formerly known as Beats Music, which was later changed to Apple Music a year after the deal. And while Apple was making a ton of money taking over the streaming service, they soon completely forgot about the product that made Beats the high caliber company that it was, and that's their headphones. So instead, Apple just decided to start making their own headphones to totally distance themselves from Beats hardware, soon leaving the once popular Beats headphones in the dust. Now here we are today in the year of 2021, and let's see how Beats headphones compares to Apple's signature headphones in terms of design, audio, price, etc. Now when it comes to the price of both headphones, the Studio Buds are a clear winner, costing $150 before tax, while the AirPods Pros cost $250 before tax, making the Beats Studio Buds $100 cheaper, meaning that if you want some good quality headphones but don't want to break the bank, then the Beats will definitely be your go-to choice. Now when it comes to the design of both headphones, let's start with the case design. Now the Beats case has an oval shape with the iconic Beats logo, along with the light power indicator that turns red when the battery's low and white when it's full. Then on the bottom there's a USB-C port. Then when you open the case, you can see the Beats Buds on the right and left side, along with the power button in the middle that connects you to a first-time device, and although you can also put Beats near your iPhone for an easier connection. Now when we take a good look at the Beats design, I found it very strange when looking at them, but when you put them in your ear, you'll know exactly why they're shaped this way, because I can honestly say that these are the best headphones when it comes to comfort. But one downfall to the design is that they are pretty much difficult when putting them into the case. Like as you can see here, the Studio Buds have the strangest shape, so sometimes I'll get the right and left placements confused. Now when we look at the design of the AirPods case, we can see that it has a light indicator that turns green, white, and yellow depending on each functionality. On the bottom there's the lightning port like on other iPhones, and on the back we have the button connector that connects you to new devices, even though the AirPods case also connects easier when placed near the phone. And when we open the AirPods Pro case, there are two buds on the left and right. Something else that's worth noting is that the AirPods Pro case supports wireless charging and the Studio Buds case doesn't, which could be a huge deal breaker for a lot of people. Also, unlike the Studio Buds, the shape of the AirPods are more simple, so putting them in the case is much less complicated. Now when it comes to comfort, the AirPods Pros are very comfortable. They will usually fit right in my ear and keep a tight fit. The only problem that I had with them was that whenever I will lay down in bed, they were pretty uncomfortable, but besides that, they were great. So when it comes to design, which was better, the Beats Studio Buds or the Apple AirPods Pro? Well, when it comes to the case design and functionality, I would say that the AirPods are better, but when it comes to comfort and functionality of the actual headphones, Beats is the clear winner again, making the overall score 2-0. Now the next category we have is probably the most important, and that's the audio quality. Now to test the audio quality of each device, I have decided to separate it into three categories that each device has to offer: transparency mode, regular mode, and noise cancellation. Now when it came to transparency mode on the AirPods, Apple did a really good job of letting me be able to hear someone talking while simultaneously being able to listen to music, giving me that perfect transparency ratio. And when it came to the Beats Studio Buds, however, I still found it very hard to hear someone who was talking to me, no matter how low I turned down the volume. The transparency ratio was definitely lacking, and it was very clear to me that the AirPods transparency was better. Now onto the next setting, the noise cancellation and regular mode of the Beats Studio Buds is what really blew me away, especially when compared to the AirPods Pros. They were much louder, the bass was much better, and I could barely hear a thing even when they were on regular mode. The fit was also a huge contributor because the Studio Buds were glued to my ears, but one thing I do feel that was better on the AirPods Pros was the quality of the music. And what I mean by quality is how clear the music sounds when compared to the studio buds. I could definitely hear the instrumentals a little bit clearer, but not by that much. So when it comes to the audio quality as a whole, I would say that Beats was a little bit better than the AirPods Pro, giving a total score of 3-0. Now, last but not least, the final important thing to cover when it comes to headphones is the battery life. And when it came to the battery life on the AirPods Pros, I would definitely say that they were nowhere near perfect. Like for instance, in standard mode, they were better, but whenever I used them in transparency or noise cancellation mode, I found myself putting them back in the charger much more than I thought. Now, when it came to the Beats Studio Buds, they were better, but still pretty average compared to other wireless headphones. The noise cancellation would drain my battery a lot, but I didn't have to put them in a charger case as much as I did with the AirPods Pros. So after tallying up the scores to see which of the products are better, I have decided to give the Beats a 4-0 lead over the AirPods Pro, making them a much better product. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, I would like to say thank you for sticking around, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It will be very appreciated. And as far as social media, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.